What's going on, guys? Middi here, and today we're going to be talking about a few new things that have been added into Warzone, which you've probably not even noticed yet. We've got a new tactical item called the spotter scope, which you can kind of use to scout people out and tag them. A new contract called the supply run, where you're going to get discounted items from the buy station, and also some new weapons and changes that you've probably not even noticed yet, but I'll be going over all of them. As always, make sure you like the video, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to me so you can keep up to date with everything Modern Warfare and Warzone related. It helps me out a lot, and I help you out. A nice little trade-off there, yeah? So first thing we're going to speak about is a few hidden changes in the actual game itself. Stuff like when you kill somebody who's holding onto a supply drop, they will in fact now drop this so you can actually use it. This was never the case before. So if you end up taking out a team quite early in the game near a buy station like I did here, you can actually pick up the loadout drop without spending 10k and get your drop super easy. I can imagine you'll have to do this at the right time, but nonetheless it is an awesome feature to be added to the game. I'm pretty sure when you died with this it just completely disappeared, so even if you do die, maybe you could come back to where you were before and pick it up again. You'll also notice when you kill the last person of the team, it will now announce in the kill feed to you and your squad mates that it's actually a team wipe. Something very important, so at least you know when you've killed someone who was down and wasn't sure if they've got a self-revive, or if another teammate is around, you can just check the feed just to confirm it was actually a team wipe, instead of sort of waiting around thinking their teammate is about to come around the corner and destroy you. And there is also some slight changes in the stadium. I mean, stuff has been added inside of this, hinting soon that Infinity Ward are actually going to be doing something in a later update with the stadium, but for now there still isn't a way to actually get inside of this place. I will just warn you guys that there is actually a glitch going around currently where people are using trucks to glitch inside this for easy wins, so expect the removal of trucks, because this is what happened when people used the helicopters to get under the map. They removed the helicopters until they fixed it, so I can imagine probably this week or next they're going to remove trucks until that's fixed. Now moving on to the first new tactical item that's been added to the game, which I spoke about previously, and it does exactly what I said it would. The spotter scope is a grey common item that can be picked up from crates, and I didn't actually notice it. I had it at first because I expected it to be a rare or maybe legendary item, but it works just like a precision airstrike scope. You look inside it and scan people like you would with a recon drone. After the circle finishes scanning someone, the player's going to be tagged for everyone to see for a few more seconds. It changes to thermal if needed, but this is going to be helping your teammates out when you're trying to see where people are from a distance. If you're in trios or squads, having at least one person with this will definitely come in handy, just to get heads up on other players or maybe some snipers that are just currently hitched up somewhere in the mountains. Definitely a really unique item to be added to the game. I think everyone was kind of expecting some kind of binocular scope thing to actually be added, so that's cool anyway. Next is the new contract you've probably seen around, which is the supply run. It's got a stopwatch timer icon for the contract, and once you pick this up you're going to have 2 minutes to travel to a nearby buy station, and once you're there you're going to see this buy station has a ring around it. Just walk inside it or go up to the buy station and it's going to complete. You will then be able to buy one item for a discounted price, or you can even grab a self-revive for free. Sometimes the location of the buy station can be somewhat far, so I do recommend taking some kind of vehicle, but then again that can be a little risky seeing how everyone rolls with C4 or RPGs nowadays, and the fact that the buy stations are normally extreme hot zones where people just sit here, wait for someone to come up and then someone to kill you. Also, a fire sale did actually happen while I completed this, but it didn't combine any of the discounts or anything like that, so I guess this is completely separate from if it actually happens with the fire sale. I know that Hardline gives you money off on a station, so I'm not too sure what happens there. These contracts also appear in Plunder also. In the early game this is going to be really helpful because you can either buy an early UAV to see where everybody is, or you can just pick up a free self-revive, but the fact that it only lets you get one item per person does kind of suck. There is also a new selection of weapons that can be picked up within Warzone. I've noticed that there's a lot of assault rifles that have thermal scopes like the AK or SCAR variants that can be found while looting. I also picked up an akimbo pistol variant. Not really a fan of these, but if you love thermal scopes then I don't know, maybe you're more of a fan of it, but I tried using these weapons and I really didn't like any of them. But guys, that is kind of the only really big new things that have currently been added to Warzone. I am constantly looking around to try and find stuff. There is stuff that's been added to the Easter egg, like Bunker 11. If you get inside it, there's actually a second door with a keypad in it. Not got too much information on this yet, and I will probably only do a video on it when someone actually figures out how to open this. But guys, as always, if you like the video, leave a comment and let me know what you like about this new update, and as always I shall catch you guys later.